This afternoon, we really appreciate it. We're very privileged to have a speaker today, Ivan Torres. He complements our Chug exhibit that we've collected over the years. Believe it or not, they're still coming in out at the State Park Fort Zach, but every month or two we get another one that comes over. It's an amazing story. So Ivan's going to talk a little bit about his experience leaving Cuba in 2011, right, Ivan? 2011 came over. A little advertisement for the garden. I hope you all are members. I hope you come visit us often. We change with the seasons, different things, blooms, flowers, butterflies, birds. Nicole, our videographer, is also our education person, director of education. We have outreach. I guess COVID has a good side for us, that we've now done our lessons online. We're probably reaching, 7 states? Yeah. With thousands of kids taking advantage of our online children's programs and letting them experience the tropics while they're in Virginia. So that's been a lot of fun, and they do a great job with it. So again, I'm going to introduce Ivan Torres. And if you will, Ivan, do you want questions as we go or all at the end? Okay, whatever. Just yell them out. It's very informal, and we're glad to have you here, and thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, good afternoon. My name is Ivan Torres. So, sorry for my English and my accent. I'm not English speaker, so it's an honor to be here today. So I was part of these sharks. My body's not really here. It was before, but it was lost on Irma hurricane. So I was born and raised in Cuba, in Havana, and I came when I was 31 years old. So I prepared something. So it took me like 16 times to get the United States. I made all of the boats. When I came, I made all of the boats. I have just one brother, and he came with me on this one. We were 9 people on the last one. So my brother, my cousin, his wife, and 5 more friends. It took about 2 months to make the boat. We sold everything that we owned to make the boat. A friend sold his apartment with the other profit to make the boat. So I was thinking get out of Cuba when I was 15 years old, and I'm really nervous. And so the economy in Cuba is too bad. So so nervous. So in 1998, when I was 19 years old, it was my first time. I was catched in Cuba and put in jail for 2 years and a half. And after that, I was trying. The U.S. Coast Guard caught me. They catch me on the sea 8 times, and they sent me back to Cuba. And I lost 8 more times in Cuba. I was caught by the Cuban Coast Guard like 3 times. One of those times I do by myself, just only me on the sea, and they catch me here, the U.S. Coast Guard. So on this particular shark that we have, so I don't know what to say. So it is fine.
How big was it? How big was it?
So it was, if you got questions, better for me. So it was like 20 feet, like 6 meters. Well, 6 meters. It was made by foam like this. It was like that one over there. we start an expensive phone. So we got an engine, a Fiat 1.4 engine on it. Yeah, we were 9 people. We got food, gas, and everything on it. The trip was just 39 hours. Not so long, but it is hard to be there. But I like it. I like the sea.
And what kind of engine was that again?
It's a Fiat 1.4 engine.
And what was that out of?
So the car
was
engine, yeah, a Fiat car. Yeah, we took it. It was a story apart. One friend of us, he came with us, but he stole that car from the government. Yeah, he stole it, and they broke it apart, and we put the engine on the shock, and that was the power. So it is we assemble it on a friend's house, hidden from everyone. So we have to put everything on a car, and we rent a house on the beach in Cuba for a week. So we took everything, we made the boat, but we didn't put the foam in it. So we broke it apart, and we moved everything to the house. And we do it on the garage, and that day we leave Cuba around 8 p.m. at night. So we put the boat on the sea, and we go out. And the family, including my mother, they clean the house over there to give it back to them, and that's it. So now my mom and my brother and my dad, they are here. They live in Houston. So. And my son is over there, the oldest one, 17 years old. I brought him, he's playing chess over there. I brought him 4 years ago. I had another son in Cuba, he's 14. Hopefully he came this year. And my wife, I knew my wife. I used to live in Houston. I knew my wife 2 years ago. And I moved from here to Tampa. Now I'm living in Tampa. 4 years ago, I started studying computer animation, and I graduated from Full Sail University in Orlando.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I have my own business right now. So I think I'm getting everything for I look when I came to the United States. Yeah.
Where did you land?
On Woman Key, it's 10 miles from here, next to Ballast Key. Yeah. And the U.S. Coast Guard brought us to here. The Border Patrol took us to Marathon Key, the prison. And after that, Catholic Charities took us to Miami. And I accepted the help, Catholic Charities help, and they sent me to Houston. So my brother and I went to Houston. 2 more of us went to Pennsylvania, and the other 5 stayed in Miami with friends.
Were you jailed every time you got caught?
No, I was in jail when they catch me in Cuba. It was the first time when I was 19, because I was in the army, and in Cuba the army is mandatory. So I keep the army, and I was trying to get out of the country.
They considered you a deserter?
Yes, a deserter and illegal, yes. So.
All right, so you had to come by boat, but it sounds like a lot of your relatives are here in the United States. How were they able to immigrate? If not by boat, but what, through the Cuban government, American government, in exchange? Or?
Yeah, they exchange. When they catch you here, the U.S. I think they got a business. I don't know what kind of business, but they took us on the sea, and they returned to Cuba. The U.S. Coast Guard go to Cuba, and the day over there took us again, but not put in jail. They don't put in jail every time because of the Cuban Law Act, so they can't put you in jail if you are returned from the United States. So if they catch you in Cuba, they put you in jail. Yeah.
So, weren't there Cuba, it feels a little like,
You went to Cuba?
yeah, we've been to Cuba, and I'm wondering, so they weren't watching you, and
Yeah. Yeah. You have to hide for everyone. So I was one time I was catch on my son's mother's house. We were building the shack over there. So when we put everything on a truck to go to the place where we go, they catch it on the door. So they took the truck and everything, and I ran. They didn't catch me that time, but they took everything. So you have to hide from everyone. If you bought a tarp, they know you are doing a shack. If you bought a bolt, they know you are doing a shack. So it's yeah, you have to hit.
so was there anybody from the United States that was helping you? I mean, you know, we know that people take things.
No, never,
Oh,
never. Just us over there.
all right, so you're not a ball player.
Yeah.
When they repatriated you, when they brought you back, were they pretty respectful? Did they feel some kind of, or what was your feeling when they brought you back? Were they angry or they were respectful?
Yeah, all the time. They are always angry. So no, they took us and do the blood test and everything. They put my on a jail, but like for 1-2 days, and then you go to free. Yeah, but that's. So any more questions? Yeah.
So are you a U.S. citizen now?
Yes. From 5 years, 5 years ago, I did my citizenship. Right? Yeah. Thank you.
You say you came in 2001?
2011.
2011.
Yeah, 10 years. On February the 5th, 2011.
Well,
So,
the wet foot, dry foot policy had ended by then. Were you granted political asylum?
yes,
That's
Yes.
That's how you were able to stay that time.
yes. That was before Obama took it out.
Right.
Yeah.
Was that because you had been jailed previously in Cuba?
Yes, I was in jail previously, and I was a political refugee since Cuba. But I have my experience maybe on the U.S. Embassy in Cuba, but it took so long to get on that way. So I came here before. When I was here, they sent me an appointment to my house for the interview in Cuba, and I was already here. Yeah. Yeah, on the last one, this one, it took just 39 hours. But on time before, I've been 7 days in the sea on the ship.
Did it take only 39 hours because the currents were good, the winds were good, or you had a better boat?
The boat was really good, the engine was good, everything was good on that trip, yeah. No inconvenience of that trip.
So if the boat motor breaks down, does the current come basically right to us?
Yeah, if you know how to do it, yeah, you can use it. On time before I use it. One time I think around 3 or 4 hours when I leave the island, the motor was broken. Yeah, and you have to use the current.
Right, and then
Yeah.
how long, like other friends of yours?
No, on the current maybe you do 3 days on the sea.
But you gotta make sure you have enough water for all.
Yeah, you have to.
Do you have a boat now?
I had 3 boats on Houston, but I sold it when I came to here. And for sure I would buy another one. For sure. Yeah, for sure. I love the sea. I want to live right here on QS. Yes. Also.
What do you think the circumstances were that allowed you to not be caught the last time?
I don't know, perseverance, maybe. Because if not, I will be doing again and again and again, and someday again.
Wow.
Yes. Yes.
What gave you the motivation to keep trying after 8 times?
I think more than motivation is on motivation that you have from Cuba. You don't have future in Cuba. So you have to do something if you don't want to stay over there. And I have a family outside of the country to help me get a fly and go away. So I have had nothing, no one.
What was your name your next book?
Yeah, for sure. It's a good name. Freedom.
In your opinion, just your opinion, because you're a native Cuban, you've done everything 8 times, been here for 10 years, do you think at this point the U.S. government should engage Cuba, more interchange, do something, I mean, or do you think the status quo is just the way it is and let's stay that way 100 years? What do you feel?
Well, I think every country outside wants a change in Cuba, but they don't want it. So we can do everything, but they have to took them out to change that country really, because they have power. I don't know the word in English. It's like
They have the control, the power.
yeah, they have total control.
You may have already said this, but do you still have extended family in Cuba, and have you been back to visit?
Yeah, I have family. I have a son. He's 14 years old, and I have cousins, aunts, uncles. But I never back to Cuba.
You'll never go.
I never go back to Cuba. Yeah, and I don't know when I go back. With that government, I won't try it. Yeah.
Now that the old guard communists are all very old and starting to die, like Fidel, Raul will be shortly, do you think there's a possibility for change with the younger generation of communists in control?
Yeah, for sure. I'm still waiting for all that old man, including my dad, because he's living on Houston, but he's a little bit communist. So including them, yeah, I hope they all die one day and it's gonna be changed. Yeah. Is there any more questions?
Are there still boats coming from Cuba?
They are, but I don't know what is happening now with them, with the people, because that act that Obama took it out, it was if you get the land, you can't stay in the United States. So I don't know now what are they doing with the people, but they are still coming here.
Yeah, there's still boats coming across, even though they don't have the wet foot, dry foot anymore. And whether they get them at sea or they land, the Coast Guard picks them up, immigration processes them, and they send them back to Cuba.
What was the reason for stopping the wet foot dry foot policy?
I don't know.
What?
What was the reason for stopping that policy?
You have to ask Obama that.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Are you trying to get your son and other family members here? Or are they,
No,
happy,
just-
happy to stay in Cuba?
No, just my son, because he has to be just the first family, like mom, dad, sons. Yeah, he's in the process right now. Hopefully, he'll be here this year.
Wonderful.
Hopefully. Yes. So, anyone?
Great opportunity for more questions, and I will ask everyone, we'll get to you. We were able to bring Ivan here because of a grant we got. Part of the grant is we need you to, at least one per family, to fill out an evaluation form. And so we can turn it in with our grant so we get reimbursed. So another little advertisement, but thank you very much.
Can I have one more question?
Yes.
Who were the first people that picked you up other than Cuba?
Nobody? So, yeah, when we came, there was a Cuban fisherman boat, so they were close to us, but they couldn't help us. So they used wait for us to get the land, and when we get the land, they throw it out some water and drinks, And after that, they called the U.S. Coast Guard, and 2 hours later, they came for us. Yeah.
Now you want the pistol.
Yes. Yeah.
Maybe you had a
How
question?
many chugs are here?
What was that?
How many chugs do we have here?
How many are?
I'd say like 10.
I think there's 10. As Ivan mentioned, we had his chug until Hurricane Irma. And Irma, it got wiped out. We had to get rid of it. And we're working on another grant to preserve these better than what they are now, to actually cover them and preserve them, that piece of history. And we still try to get the chugs that come in. We still try to get those here too. We haven't yet. The towing company that gets them, he likes to keep them.
I will make it again, the same show, to bring it here. So
But if you have a chance, look at some of them. The engines are all different things. Cars and Russian-made engines and all sorts of strange things.
Lawnmower.
Very, very ingenious and a lot of ingenuity and a lot of guts. The big white one came over in the Muriel boat lift. That's where that one came from. The rest of them were actual chugs that came and landed.
So there is one engine right there that is interesting. It's the bottom part of a outboard motor, but on top is a lawnmower engine. Yeah, it's right there. It's really interesting. Yeah. Is there any question?
You mentioned the 3 times the Cuban Coast Guard caught you, right?
Yeah.
How is like their interdiction methods? Do they actually like fire on people?
Yeah, they already knew me. So there is a story. They didn't know that I have everything to make the shark. So every time they catch me, I tell them, hey, I was on Guanabo Beach is a beach in Cuba. So I tell them I was on Guanabo Beach, drunk, fishing, and I don't know where I wake up. So they catch me. I don't know where I'm here. And they say, hey, really? Yeah, really? That's the story. Every time it's the same story. Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you. It's great. It's a great opportunity to be here. And it's great that the Botanical Garden has the shops right here. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for receiving me here and for listening to me. Thank you. Bye. Have a good day. Okay, one more? Oh, God bless you. Oh, God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you.